game, Half-Life.
Half-Life. Was it a real game?
Yeah, I didn't really
I
play it, but I know it was a game. It was a famous game.
I only know it from The Office.
Yes. You know what I saw tonight? I was watching the hockey game
Okay.
and I saw an AT&T business internet commercial and I saw Rainn Wilson and I was like,
Okay.
oh, that's cool. And they're like running like a business, like a pillow business. Then I see Kevin. I don't know his real name. I feel so sad, but then I see Meredith. Then I see Pam. And I'm like,
Yes.
AT&T, you're so. I want. First off, my first thought was this must have been such an expensive commercial to shoot because they hired, top of the line people, right? And then there was like it was an awesome commercial. It just brought me back to those office days.
It
It's like,
sounds
oh man,
amazing.
like they just work so well together. It's just a 30-second commercial, and it was just so good. It was so amazing. It was so well done. You'll see it. You'll see it.
Anything with The Office. The
Yeah.
problem with The Office that I find is that no matter what I'm watching, I see it through the lens. Like when I watched like Zero Dark 30 and Jim came out and was
Yeah.
like six packed out, I was like, yo, Jim, like you and Pam on the rocks? Like what happened? Like the last we saw, you were headed to athlete and life was good. Like what
Right.
happened?
What
You
happened,
know,
bro?
like it was all good. And then now you're in the Middle East fighting. Okay, here we are. And then you fast forward, right, to not Jack Reacher, because I also watch that show on Amazon, but um, oh my God, what's that show called? He has his own show. He has his own
Tom.
show.
Yeah. It's
Oh my God.
is it
It's
Tom Clancy's
called,
thing?
yeah, it's a Tom Clancy thing. It's
Yeah.
called, gosh dang it. What is it called? It's so good. I can't believe that I'm doing this right now.
Tom Clancy Amazon show.
It's so
Let's do
good.
it right here.
It's so
Jack
good.
Ryan. Jack
Jack
Ryan.
Ryan, it's so
Yeah.
good.
There we
Season
go.
two is very confusing, but season one and three were straightforward enough for a dummy like me, and they were really good. And I really like them. Season two was good. I got lost for a second, but the problem is every time you see them, you're sort of like, wait, you're on The Office. Like, what
Yeah, like
happened?
what's going on? Because like I was watching the second Transformers the other night. I was just up late and I was like, it was on. And White or Rainn Wilson is the professor, and he's like this very serious, like highly regarded professor that everyone respects. And he's a ladies' man, and like the dean is in the class watching him, and then Shia LaBeouf, ruins the class because he's seeing symbols in his head. And I was like, nah, this isn't Dwight. Like Dwight would be talking about, Battlestar Galactica beats and how to kill a bear and all that stuff. Like he would be talking about astrology.
How to make paper,
Yeah,
you
yeah, and
know?
how to make paper and how to sell paper, how to sell the best type of paper. And so, yeah, I completely agree with what you're talking about. It's pretty funny how those characters are ingrained in us, how we
By
love
the
them so
way,
much.
we are like, this is our lives. Okay. So if you're watching us on YouTube, I have not had dinner. And every day this week, I've been to the baseball fields from like roughly 3:30, 4 o'clock to like 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Yeah.
So I'm eating right now while we're doing this. So if you're watching me on YouTube, hi, here I am.
Dude,
So
there's
that's your
no shame,
exclusive.
man. We're real. That's it. We're just real people,
Not only we're real, we're like dedicated to our children. Like that's the thing. Like I could easily sit in the stands and have a great dinner and just like enjoy my time. But I love coaching my kiddos. Like I love it. I
Right.
love being on the field with them. I love watching them grow. I love watching them get better. I just love it. I love being a part of it. I love knowing that I'm not missing a single second. And I realize as I'm saying that, like, I am very blessed and fortunate to be in an opportunity in which I can say that. Like, I'm not saying
Right. We're
that's
not saying
everyone's
if you don't coach your
experience.
kids, you're not
Right.
into your
And that's not
kids.
everybody's
We're not
experience.
saying
Certain
that. We're
people,
not saying that.
there's dads and moms out there who have to work all day
Right.
just to put food on the table. So we're in no way, shape, or form am I suggesting that there's anything different. And I know that I'm super blessed. Having said that, because I'm super blessed to do that,
You do it
I
because you
do
have that
it. Gotta take
opportunity.
advantage of it. Gotta
Exactly.
take advantage of it,
Exactly.
man.
You have the
Gotta do it.
time. You have the time to invest into kids. That's sick, man.
Gotta do it, bro.
Yeah,
Gotta
man.
do it.
You gotta do it. So eat that food, dude. Eat that
All right,
food. I
baby.
can't even hear you chewing. You're good. You're
It's
good. The
amazing
people
what
are
these
good.
mics can do. It's
I
amazing what these
know.
mics can do.
Remember we were trying to play music once? and like both of our mics were not picking up the song. And like even though we put the song like the speaker right here to the mic, it would not pick it up. Remember
That's
that?
right. That's right. It only picked up our voices. It does not pick up extra
It
creative
is
sound.
wild. So
I can't believe you can't hear me chewing though, because
no,
I feel
I
like
can't.
chewing would be part of like, here, I'm gonna take a loud crack. Here, tell me if you can hear this. YouTube, here we go. Sound test, YouTube, here we go.
No,
I
nothing.
bit that so hard. I bit into that so hard. Like I
Chomped,
purposely like
dude.
I went, ah.
He went bite, dude. The attack, like on
No.
Pokemon, the bite attack. Nothing. I didn't hear nothing.
Could you imagine? This is gonna be okay. This is the last round of thought before we go live. Could you imagine? You brought it up. Could you imagine being a Pokemon trainer and not having the moves memorized? Like, have you ever thought about like I always like we always took it for granted, sort of like watching Pokemon that Ash had these moves memorized.
Right.
Well, like, could you imagine like if you forgot, like if you're like Bulbasaur use and you forgot it was called like Razor Leaf, like would Bulbasaur know and just do it, or would he slightly be like, oh, you know what, I can't do it, like I don't know, like do I know my own moves without you?
That's a good point. Because like if they're a wild Pokemon, they know their own moves.
Right.
But I guess like if there's a Pokemon owner, like someone who caught them, do they defer just to what the person says or the trainer?
I mean, I do remember playing those Pokemon games where like you had to like beat a certain gym level to be able to catch certain Pokemon so they could listen to you.
Right. So like, yeah, once you beat Brock, like any Pokemon like up to level 20 will obey your commands type of thing.
But when they didn't obey you, they didn't attack by themselves.
No,
which is weird because
they're
getting knocked out. Like they're getting hit while they're ignoring your commands.
Right.
So that's even more weird because in the wild, they would never ignore attacks coming to themselves.
Exactly. It's weird. Maybe there's something in the Pokeball that's just like, no, I will not think for myself. Like it just like clamps down on their brains. Like, no, it makes it even more sad.
This is why you love Brevity, because here we are eating and talking.
Not being Brevity at all.
There it is. That's why you love us. That's why you love us. Pull up our opening sound. Let's get the pod started. Here we go. Pod side is starting.
It's so funny. Oh, I love it. I love you guys.
We love you with all our hearts.
We do.
Our entire Corazone. We love you.
It's true.
It's true.
Really true. Here. And I'm going to do this. It always takes so long. I'm really sorry. There's so many windows. Here we go.
There's so many windows. What is up, everybody? We are back. Another episode of Brevity Sports, and we are coming at you just with the sincerest hearts and the sincerest just times. I have been not home my entire week. Let me tell you, Big Z.
Tell me, man.
I'll be like, I'm joined as always by Big Z, but people know. All right. If you don't know, Big Z's here. Listen, okay. I have not been home to the point where I was hanging out with my daughter today, and it was a little bit sad. I was hanging out with my daughter today, and it took her like 5 seconds to realize who I was. Usually it only takes her 2 seconds. And there was a 3-second delay because the last 3 days I've been at the baseball fields. Like I've literally gone to work, come home, taken like a 20-minute power nap because, it's been tiring out there, so that I can go and coach for like 4 hours, whatever it is, be at the field for 4 hours and then come home and sleep again. And man, so yesterday when I hung out with her, it was like, oh, this is great. And it was right back today. Well, I think I walked in my door. When did I walk in my door to film? Like, so we could start? It's like 9:35.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are, Brevity Sports. We're coming at you. I coach both of my sons. I've talked about it multiple times on the podcast. It's their playoffs. Unfortunately, they both got eliminated tonight. They both, played a great brand of baseball. Grayson had 4 games back to back. So unfortunately, they ran out. They ran out of steam. 100%. Jaden's team, they battled back. They were actually down 4-0 in the last inning. Jaden actually led off the inning so he's 10U, right? He's a 10-year-old.
Right.
But he's playing majors, so he's playing against 11 and 12-year-olds right now. So he's our first batter up, and 12U, one of the better 12U players in the division, is pitching. So I'm like, Jaden, just get on base, do whatever you got to do, get on base. He's like, I got this, Dad. I'm like, I believe in you, kiddo.
Right.
And then he
Right.
actually got on base, and I was like, oh,
Nice.
snap, son. Like, fouled off 3 balls and then earned the walk. Like,
Nice.
battled to 3
There you
2,
go.
fouled off some pitches, and then took the walk, got on base, started us off, gets hit in. So we ended up losing 4-3. We put up 3 runs before we finally went down.
Nah.
Second baseman Ryan made an incredible play on the other team. It was fantastic. But man, it was a great game. I didn't get to, unfortunately, again, this is part of it. I missed my younger son's game tonight, but apparently Danielle said, my wife was like, they did not play well. You did not miss much. They were super tired. They seemed out of it. So that was my night, but we're here. Brevity, we're here, Big Z.
We're always here for you
How have
guys.
you been, man? What you been up to? Talk to me.
This last weekend was fun. It was Mother's Day, so we had a bunch of Mother's Day stuff that we did. Haley's family's huge, so we all got together on Saturday, did like a combined Mother's Day thing. So all the moms and grandmas and aunts and all that stuff, and
Yeah, all of
hung
them.
out, just did dinner, and then Friday just went over to the in-laws house, and I called my mom and called my grandma. Just like, of course, every day, we respect our wives, or whoever our mom is, or if our wives are moms. Like, of course, we respect them. But like, that was the day I was like, you know what? Like, do what you need to do, Haley. So like, she got her like pedicure thing done. Had some time to herself and all that fun stuff. And it was good. We got lunch for her and her mom and all that fun stuff. So that was fun. That was a fun weekend. This week's just, work, events all day. But busy. So I mean, it's I can't believe it's already Thursday night, man. It's been going by quick.
So fast.
Yeah,
So fast.
it's crazy, man. And this weekend we're going up to Clovis. We're going to see my little sister's having her baby shower, and so Haley's been planning that for the past 5 months. And so we have actually right behind me. There's a bunch of stuff. Actually, in front of me, there's a bunch of stuff we're going to bring up there, and it's gonna be fun. So we're gonna be up there this weekend. We're gonna see my side of the family, see some old friends. Well, her friends, but they're all of our friends too. Oliver will be up there, so he's good to see some cousins. So that's gonna be fun, man. So we're looking forward to that for sure. It'll be nice to get away for a little bit. It's gonna be hot though. It's gonna be like almost 100 degrees, and down here in SoCal, it's been like May gray. It's been 68, 70 degrees highest.
Right.
And now I'm like, I can't do the 100 degrees right now. It's May. Like that's
Right.
okay in July and August, but
Yeah.
not right now. So I don't know. I hate the heat. I'm not a heat guy. No way.
Because some people may not know you're from up north. Like that's your stomping grounds.
Not yeah. Not that. That's like more Central Cal, but yeah, I am more Central Coast. But yes.
Wait. So you're Central Coast.
Central Coast, like San Luis Obispo County, but more inland.
More inland. Okay.
Yeah, but like Clovis is like
That's like right
Central
outside of Fresno,
California.
right?
It's right by Fresno. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have
Yeah.
a
So
buddy.
where I grew up, it's like 3 hours actually from where I grew up, but
I have a
inland.
buddy who went to college in Fresno, and like when we went to Yosemite a couple weeks back, he's like, I want to take you to this bar. Like it's
It's
amazing.
right there.
And I was like, okay, let's do it. Like eat, take the family, the whole 9 yards. So it was like we went to this like little cool brewery spot. And I actually owed him an apology because I make fun of him and his love for Fresno all the time because he loves the Fresno Bulldogs. And I'm like, dude, it's Fresno. Just relax. But like the food was actually amazing and the houses were cute. It was amazing.
It's not bad. My sister's been
It's
up there for a
not.
long time, so we've been up there plenty of times to visit her, and now she lives in Clovis, which is like it's like 10, 15 minutes away. But it's a nice area. Like it's definitely growing. I would say like they're trying to revitalize the downtown in Fresno. They're trying to make it attractive for people to raise their families and all that stuff, and you can see it. And so yeah, and the Fresno Bulldogs, like that's their thing, right? Like that's like in
their thing.
Alabama, right? Like Alabama football is Alabama. I'm not saying that the Fresno Bulldogs are Alabama, but like Saturday game day, it's like everyone flocks to the stadium, and like they're a good team. They're ranked in the top 25 a lot of the time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I also think like California's having to compete for like people to stay here now. Like so many people are moving out. Now places like Fresno's like, yo, come here, stay here. So
stay here. Yeah, we got you. We got the Bulldogs. Ruff, ruff.
You'll pay a lot in taxes, but you'll be okay. We're both in California. We're both suckers. So any California person listening to this podcast, like, you guys are just haters. We're both in California. All right, stop it.
We can still hate on it though.
100%. There's so much to hate on. Here we go. We are jumping in. We got the NHL, the NBA, and of course some NFL action. They released a schedule in that order, Big Z. But the NHL, I was wrong about the Rangers sweeping. I was not wrong about the outcome. So the Rangers took out the Hurricanes.
They did.
Finished them off.
It took a hat trick by Chris Kreider.
But they're the first team through. I said they're the most complete team, and they're the first team through. Coincidence? I think not.
Well, okay. Well, they're the first team through because of just the scheduling, like how it was. Because like tomorrow, we got Florida against the Bruins, and they're gonna win the same thing in 6 games, most likely. And so it's just a scheduling thing.
7 all day. That's going 7 all day.
No, it's not, dude. It is not. Like let's make a bet right now. That is not going 7.
Bet anything you want, dude. It's going 7.
What do you want? What do you want to bet?
Sushi date. Boom. First sushi date of this. Have we had a sushi date in 2024?
Yeah, I think 2 of them.
That's right. We met with Jason.
We had one before.
How about this quarter? We haven't had one this quarter.
Not this quarter.
Boom. Sushi date.
First sushi date of the quarter.
If I win, if it goes 7,
I owe you.
You have to come to me. No, you have to come to me.
Okay. Fair.
If you win, I have to come to you.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Boom. Fair.
Boom. I love it.
Game 7. Let's go, Bruins. You heard it here first. I believe in you.
Come on, good shot. Give me that sushi. Like Fredo, come out here.
I'm like looking at this right now. I'm like, it's in Boston, right?
It is in Boston.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And we got the Canucks doing the unthinkable tonight, going up 3-2 against the Oilers with 30 or 28 seconds left. I love it. I absolutely enjoy watching McDavid lose because, again, not the biggest knowledgeable hockey guy, but I do know annoying people when I see him, and that guy's just a crybaby. And so I'm glad he went down. I'm glad Draisaitl went down. And the Canucks goalie is freaking amazing. Like, I know that they just called him up before the season ended, and he was just kind of, he wasn't doing too well, too hot. And then once the playoffs started, he turned everything around. And to only give up 2 goals against the Oilers is pretty impressive. So shout out to him. Shout out to Vancouver. It's going to be tough to close them out in Game 6 in Edmonton, but I think Vancouver can do it. I think they've already won a game on the road, so
100%.
They have. So I think they can definitely do that. It's going to be a good one. That's Saturday.
The Canucks are a good team.
Yes,
I said it before series. The Oilers are not as good as they think they are, nor their fans think they are. I think the Canucks take this. Whether it goes 6 or 7, the Canucks win this. 100%.
Right.
100%.
Yeah. And we got Dallas. We got Dallas and Colorado. Dallas, I think they're up 3-2. You think they can pull it off tomorrow? They're in Colorado.
100%. I do. I think they can pull it off tomorrow. But again, this is another series in which whether it goes 6 or 7, I think Dallas has this. Even if they lose tomorrow, I think they have this. The Stars, they're playing good hockey. I think they can absolutely go into Colorado and win. I have no problem seeing that. They've already done that early on in the series. Right. So I think the Stars can win. I think they're the better team. I think they will win. I think they have a great chance to be the team that represents the West. I think the Canucks should be extremely scared of the Stars team. I'm not going to lie. Once they get past the Oilers, I think that series, I don't know. I do, and this pains me to say because I am a Kings fan. I think this side of the bracket is slightly weaker than the other side.
Yeah.
So I think whether it I think it'll be the Stars. I'm saying that on record. I'm not giving a wet noodle take. I think it'll be the Stars. Whether it is the Stars or the Avalanche, I think either team would pose a real problem for the Canucks.
Yeah, I think so. I think just watching,
the speed, the passing, the completeness. The Oilers have 2 good lines, and you can see when those 2 good lines are on the ice.
Yes.
The Stars wait, is this their 4th line or their first line? What's happening?
I will say the Oilers have, I think, the best power play out of anyone I've seen in the playoffs thus far.
100%.
Tonight, and that's why the Canucks won, is because the Oilers didn't score on their power play, which is the first time. Like, they scored in 9 straight games with their power play, which is insane. It's just like dumb. Like, I think they were like 3 for 3 in their first 3 goals, like 2 games ago or something. It was just like they're just so good at the power play. Like, they have plays drawn up. You can see them. Like, it's insane. So that's definitely their key. So like I'll give them that, but like the rest of it, yeah, I definitely see like the line changes. Like after Draisaitl and McDavid,
Right.
like, and those guys aren't out there, it's trouble for
Well,
sure.
the issue is that Connor McDavid is just that good. That's like he's a
He's great.
crybaby. He's a crybaby. I
Still
don't
great.
like him. He's still great. It's like
Yeah.
Jokic for me right now. They're like one and the same. Like you could literally, they should be best friends and go hang out somewhere because they're both crybabies. Like Connor McDavid, he is so good on 5-on-5 that when it's 4-on-5, he just does what he wants. So yes,
Yeah.
they drop these plays, but I was like, Connor, go make these plays happen. And he does. And they're that good because
Yeah,
you
you can
have
see
to
it.
stick 2
Yeah.
guys on Connor McDavid to stop him. So all of a sudden there's only 2 versus 3. And it's like, it's a whole problem, man.
Yeah, it's done.
So
Right.
it's over, you know? So all of a
Right.
sudden it's 2v4 because 2 guys are on McDavid and now you're in trouble. So shout outs to the Canucks. I hope you win. I don't like the Oilers. I never have. I'm very vocal about that. Come on, Canucks. Do it.
I mean, pain, man. They caused you so much pain 3 years in a row.
That's like, dude, a crazy story. I don't know if I've actually shared this on the podcast. I just said do it. And all that reminded me of
Do it.
this is like, no, it should, but because of baseball, there's a kid named Jack Miller on my team.
Okay.
Really cool, Jack. He's a dope. And I renamed him Donnie. And like for no reason, I was like, Donnie. And dude, his mom totally came up and was like, did you know something? I was like, what's up? He goes, oh, my dad wanted him to be named Donnie. I was like, what? But like the thing that reminded me about it was I'd always yell at him, Donnie, do it for family. And he didn't get it because he's never seen the Fast and the Furious because he's too young.
Right.
Don, do it for family. All the parents get a kick out of it when I'm like, Donnie, do it for family. But, you know, he doesn't get it. So it is what it is.
Well, but you know, sometimes it's okay. Like, as long as the parents get it. Like, that's
as long as the parents get it.
That's the point of some Disney movies. Like,
you know,
they throw the jokes in there and the kids are just like, what?
What are you talking about?
But we're back there laughing like, oh, that was a good one. Nice one.
Like the catchers, you know, like they'll have like all white gear. I'm like, you look like the White Ranger. That's so cool. And they're looking at me like, that sounds racist. I'm like, you never saw Power Rangers. Get off my back. Okay. It's actually really cool. Okay. Oh boy. So out of the East right now, Rangers, and you're saying the Panthers. You're sticking by your Panthers.
Oh, Panthers all the way, man. I mean, Panthers in 6.
That's going to be a good series.
Yeah,
that's going to be good in 6. Oh, in 6, boy. Bro. Give my Rangers some respect.
That's the thing. Like, you see what the Oilers have just ran up against. You know, they think that, you know, they thought that they were it. They were the team to beat, right? It's Stanley Cup or bust for us. That's what the Rangers are thinking. They got guys like you just like already giving them the crown. Like, the Stanley Cup is theirs already, according to you. And the Panthers are going, no. Like, who's the team that was there last year? Who's the team that almost won the well, not almost, but at least made the Stanley Cup Finals last year?
Not almost.
It was us though. We were there. Not y'all. Not New York. You guys weren't there. So stop. Like, hold your horses here. So watch it. Watch out. In 6, you got it right here. We can make another bet about it when the series actually starts.
We're gonna have to make a bet because like. You need a Panther. I feel like at this point you need a Panther. You need a Panther jersey. I don't know what I'd get in return.
I'd wear it.
I feel like that it's got to be part of the bet. So I'll in turn need a jersey if I win, but like for you, it has to be a Panther jersey. Has to be.
I would take
you
it.
have their back so bad.
I really do.
I love it. I like it.
The Chuck, man.
You got it to Chuck.
Yeah, man. You got to do it.
Beating people up at the end of games.
Yes. My man. Yeah, my man.
You know?
To Chuck.
The worst part is if the Panthers made it, like the worst part about that bet is I would be rooting for them against anybody from the West.
I know. And so you lose. but you know what? You would actually be really happy because you'd see Big Z in a hockey jersey.
That'd be amazing.
I've never worn a hockey jersey. I've worn a Kings t-shirt, but never a hockey
My
jersey.
hockey jersey, I have like, I didn't realize that my hockey jersey was like slowly becoming vintage until thought back to when I bought it.
Yes, it
And
is.
I,
It is a vintage one.
and I'm thinking back and I'm like, man, I bought this like 3 years after high school, right? So like aging myself, I think I bought this thing in 2011
Yeah,
at the arena when we were bad. We were bad.
that was right before. Yeah, before they
We were
got
not
good.
great. Yeah, we
Right.
were no, it must have been like 2010. And it was one of those off years. And I bought like, dude, no, I was I'm sorry, I was 18. I was 18. So it was the year I graduated, 2008. So how long ago is that? I mean, that's almost,
16
oh
years
my
ago, man.
God, that's almost 20 years ago. Yeah, I was like, wait, 20, that doesn't sound right. 2010. Because we were building at that point. 2008, we were still awful. Like we were really, really
Yeah, they were
terrible.
bad.
2010, we were starting to climb the ladder. We were starting to like make a push. But 2008, we were terrible. I bought it right when I was 18. It was one of my first big purchases. And I loved it. And I brought it out to wear to like this playoff game. And I was like, wow, this thing is like, you could just tell like just like a
It
worn
well has it has
jersey.
the purple in it. Yeah,
It has the purple and the silver and the black.
yeah, like that's
Yeah.
that's pre
2008, baby. Pre the Kings being good.
pre the Kings. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
well this generation's good Kings, good
Yeah.
version of the Kings.
I mean, Wayne Gretzky got us to the Stanley Cup, but Dustin Brown got us over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm just saying, like they were bad for a long time. Like bad.
Wasn't it Canadian? Boom. Hot take. Kings won with an American. America. That's how we do it.
Boom. Go Panthers. Let's go.
Go Panthers. Go Panthers. Going over to the NBA playoffs. The Celtics are through. Nobody's surprised by this.
No one's surprised. Like the East, besides the Knicks, the East is just they're not the powerhouse. Like it's kind of the opposite in the
But
NBA.
we also said like whoever won between the Magic and the Cavs, like the Celtics were going to just run through.
Yeah, and that in the Cavs, they sat out. Like Donovan Mitchell sat out the last two games of the series because his calf was hurt, and then like two of their other best players were sitting out in Game 5. And this is come on, like really, like you expect me to think that the Celtics, like there's no way that they're going to lose that game. Like they're too talented. Like they could mess up so much, and they'd still they could shoot 25% from the field and they still win that game without like the Cavs are playing way into their bench. Like you don't do that in the playoffs. And yeah, whatever, dude. Like I was at that point, I wish the Magic had beaten the Cavs in Game 7. Like the Magic blew Game 7. They were up at halftime by I think 12 points or something.
Yeah,
like
I hate
that.
that. Like,
and it's like at least the Magic would have been more competitive. Like at least it could have gone 6, or at least even if it did go 5, the games would have been closer, more competitive. It would have been more of a compelling story, a more compelling game to watch. I don't know. I'm not saying that they were faking their injuries or anything. Like it's the playoffs. Like you don't load manage in the playoffs. But it just sucked to see.
But if you're gonna sit out,
yeah,
like I want to see you in a wheelchair.
true.
Like for the playoffs, like if you're gonna sit out, like I don't want to see you walking. True. Like whoever just sat out for the Cavs, like don't let me see you walking around next week.
Well, Donovan Mitchell, I mean, he's good.
He's walking.
Yeah, I mean,
so like as a Cavs fan, I'm pissed. I just want to say that, like,
oh yeah. If LeBron or AD or Austin Reeves or whoever like is sitting out but they're jumping up and down on the bench in street clothes, I'm like, come on, bro, like what's going on? Like at least get out there and really hurt something. You got to tear something. Like
I watched Kobe take a free throw with a torn Achilles.
Yes.
Like I know we always bring up Kobe. Like I know there's like guys out there like, guys, stop talking about Kobe, but it's like
no.
But
here's the difference between today's NBA, like the new up and coming stars like Ant, and then Kevin Durant's era with LeBron and AD and Kawhi. They'll just sit out games and they don't care. Right. And
for no reason.
Yeah, well, load management or even the playoffs, like, my career is worth more than this playoff game. We're probably not going to win it anyway. like this, that's a gap. Like that's the between you had the Kobe era, you had the MJ era, and like before that, right? Like Larry, Magic, all those guys. Those guys wouldn't have done that. And then you had this like that 15-year window of like this type of superstar, and it was just very selfish. I feel like it's getting more back towards tough, rough nosed basketball dudes who just like don't care. Like I would never imagine I would never imagine Ant sitting out a game because he has
He
like a
already said
strained
it.
calf.
He already said it. He's like, I can't sit out because what if somebody paid to go to this NBA game?
Right. And
That's
Jamal
ultimately.
Murray.
But
Jamal
see,
Murray, he had the same
that,
thing. He had a calf injury and he played.
that's ultimately what kills the NBA. Is that to me, so many of those stars, and I think it is going to come back. I think that's why it's making a comeback. Like you
Right.
want, if you're the NBA, you want Ant to win the series because his generation, his stardom, they actually care about their fans, and that's what made Kobe special. When we saw him icing up with 8 ice packs all over his body, just wrapped around every freaking crevice,
Yeah.
was him playing because he knew what if somebody had their last paycheck and they're here right now because they wanted to see me. That's how important. Like that's how he saw it. And that's what stars need to realize is if you can go, you go because there's people who are in the stands. And I hear NBA players all the time, well, as much as they love you, they could easily hate you the next day. It's like, but that's the problem, right? Like that's the problem. That's your mentality. You're the one making millions.
Right.
Right.
You're the one
son.
playing a game for a living, bro.
Come on.
Like at the end of the day, you're the one living the dream. You really are. Like it may be tough sometimes, on social media, whatever. Like stop it. You can escape from it if you really want to. Like you're going to be okay. But that kid, that may be the closest thing that he or she ever gets to an NBA court again. And so that's the biggest difference. And I think that like the Shea Gilgeous, the Ant, all like Wembanyama, all like this new generation of superstar, they feel different when it comes to their interaction with the fan base. It really just does. It feels a lot more genuine. They appreciate the fans. LeBron can just say, like, F off. Like, I don't really care what you guys think. And it's true. Yeah. And so that's why you're right, 100%. That's why the NBA, I think, is starting to kind of come back.
Which never made sense to me because, like, at the end of the day, like, at some point, on some level, you have to realize how fortunate you are, right? Like,
right.
I know NBA players say, like, the worst NBA player would go dominate any YMCA. But, like, do you know how fortunate you have to be 6'8"? Like blessed you have to be put in a position where you're 6'9" and you have that skill set.
Right.
Like there's a ton of guys out there that are 5'8" that are really, really good at basketball. They would never make it in the NBA because they're 5'8". And somebody out there is like, oh, what about Spud Webb? We saw the first Space Jam. Like he's one of a million.
Right.
Right.
It's an outlier.
It's an outlier, right? Do you know how fortunate you have to be to have both the skill set and the height? Like, come on, man. Like, just play. All right. You're blessed. Yeah. You're lucky. Play as much as you can.
Play as much as you can.
But it is what it is.
Be like Ant tonight, scoring 27 points, taking down the Nuggets by 45 points. We thought after game 5, I was like, oh, man, the Nuggets won 3 in a row. Jokic just had 40 points. Like, this dude's nuts. Like, you cannot guard him. Like, he made Rudy Gobert the defensive player of the year look horrid on the court in game 5. And then they come back to Minnesota and no one's giving them a chance. Everyone, ESPN, everyone, oh yeah, they're not even going to go back to Denver. Like this series is over, blah, 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 blah. The talking heads. And Ant was like, nope. Karl-Anthony Towns was like, nope. The whole team, the fans, they were just like, let's go. Let's do this thing. Let's play our game. Let's bring our identity back to the court.
Yes.
And they did it, man. And they punched the Nuggets in the face. So we'll see on Sunday, like who's going to be able to take the punches and survive, right? Who's going to get up because it's going to be fun.
This is a moment for Ant.
Yeah, it is.
To be the Mamba.
I love it. You know why I think?
To be the Mamba.
You know why I think he has a chance to be in that air? Because tonight he said, I've learned the most in the playoffs from my road playoff games. I love playing on the road. I love when every single person, the fans, the refs, the other team, everyone's against me. I love it. I thrive in on the road in the playoffs, and that's where I've learned the most. And that's who I want as my leader. I love that, and I think, dude, let's call it. First off, I'll give credit to Mitch because he said it in our text thread after Game 5. He said, "No, they're going to win 7. Fine, I'll give it to him." But after tonight's performance, I think Ant goes off for like 35 points, and I don't know. I think he leads them to like a 3-point, 4-point victory or something, and it'll be awesome. It'd be great.
I love it. And I think he will. Yeah. I think he's balling. I think he's balling on a level, and I think this is his moment, right? Like, it reminds me of the Kobe symphony of like all the people singing, "I hate you," you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And he's like, amazing. Yeah, he embraced it, man.
Yeah.
He embraced it. I remember after his his legal stuff and because that was in Denver, or that was in Colorado. And I remember when he went back to Colorado every single year, and that was like or Denver, the Nuggets. That fan base notoriously booed him the most just because of all that stuff that happened. But every game, he would just light them up. Like, he'd hit last second daggers, last second shots. He would just do every single thing to take the heart and the air out of that arena every single time, because he just embraced that villain mentality. He's like, all right, like, you're making me the villain, I'll be the villain. I'll ruin your night if you want. And a lot of players run away from that. And that's, again, like, that's what made Kobe great. That's what made Michael Jordan great. And we'll see with Ant, but it seems like he likes the moment. It seems like he loves the hate.
You talk about all the reasons that Carmelo Anthony doesn't have a ring. The biggest reason is Kobe.
100%. John Stockton, Karl Malone. The biggest reason is because of Michael Jordan.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. So this is Ant's moment.
Charles
Good luck
Barkley.
to you, Ant.
Yep.
We're rooting for you.
We are,
We're rooting for you.
We are.
Unfortunately for them.
Yeah.
Wait. Unfortunately for them, I'm going back to my original pick. When they do make the Western Finals, it's going to be my Mavericks, who I picked from the get-go, and the Mavericks are going to give them everything they can handle. Because let me tell you something, Luka and Kyrie, I love it. I am so happy as an individual, hate me or love me, I'm so happy that Kyrie is finally having fun playing basketball again. I feel like Kevin Durant lured him to the Knicks, and he took like all the blame, or the Nets, I'm sorry. He lured him to the Nets, and he took all the blame, even though Kevin Durant left him high and dry.
Yep.
And everybody's so mad about the mask this and mask that with the COVID thing, which honestly, let's be honest, nobody's talking about COVID anymore. It seems like a long lost memory, right? It seems like a foreign idea. The entire country was shut down. And Kyrie's going through all this stuff, and he's finally having fun again. There's magic around this Mavericks team. They're up 3-2. I think they're going to take it. I hope the Timberwolves take it. And I cannot wait. If that is the series, I would love a Mavericks Timberwolves series. That'd be amazing.
100%. 100%. You can tell that Kyrie is, just having the time of his life. He's just free, like, there's not pressure on him. He has Luka, who's like, you can tell that they just vibe together. Like, that's just a good duo on the court. And, it's a give and take there. Like, like, they know, like, if he's on fire, Kyrie's dishing to him. And then same thing with vice versa. And the thing that impressed me with the Mavericks was that Kyrie only scored 12 points last night. They won by 12 on the road in Oklahoma City. He's still plus 12 on the floor. Like, he found other ways to win the game. Like, he was dishing it to his guys, getting Jones Jr., PJ Washington involved. Like, that's the Kyrie that we saw, young Kyrie in Cleveland, right? When him and LeBron were doing their thing. That's the Kyrie that we all fell in love with. I think the best finisher I've ever seen at the rim, in my opinion, in NBA, ever.
And if I'm Jamal Murray, I'm sweating. Like, even if the Nuggets pulled this off, if I'm Jamal Murray, I'm terrified, because the defense that Kyrie Irving is playing right now is the best point guard defense.
Yeah.
In the league.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense that Kyrie is playing right now is sick. It's silly. Watch his tapes, watch a game. He is like, that is where he's taking his pride. He scored 12 points because he was just shutting down whoever he was on the defensive end.
Shea Gildress,
Dog.
SGA.
Dog.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and to win in game 5 on the road, and the Thunder almost came back. Like there was a point, like they cut it down. They were down by 18 or something. They cut it down to 6 in the fourth. And Kyrie was like, okay, we got this. Luka, I'm giving you the ball. And Luka, he's ready for the moment. And so, and that's what I love. I love guys taking accountability. Early in the series, he was just saying that, he was letting Kyrie down. He wasn't doing enough to help him out, to help the team out. And I love guys that do that. I love guys who take the blame. And it's like, oh, I got this. I messed up, and I got this. And that's what
100%.
that's what Luka did, man. And dude's a superstar. I just hope he loses some weight in the offseason so he could. That's the one guy I feel like who can actually make a run at LeBron's overall scoring title, like the all time, because he can score at will.
Luka, yeah, he definitely needs to start.
Yeah,
He
like
start.
he just needs to lose a little weight so he can keep his body like in shape to be like LeBron. Like LeBron, we love to hate on him, but the dude is in shape. The dude's a stud, So,
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
man,
same as Jokic.
I'm excited.
I saw a commercial the other day of like
Yeah,
Jokic's body making fun of like all the NBA, and I'm like, listen, you're not gonna have longevity as some of these stars. Like at the end of the day, like you are the best in the game right now. But if Jokic doesn't start taking his health seriously, it's not gonna last. That's the point.
Not.
Like you might win one or
Man.
two NBA titles, but if you want to be one of the all-time greats, like if you want to be remembered as like a Shaq, or if you want to be remembered as like a Tim Duncan, like he's gonna need to start taking his health seriously.
Well, that's what got to Shaq. Like Shaq let his body go. Like, halfway through the Lakers, you could tell. Like when he first got there, that dude was, very, very cut. And then around, still dominating though, around 2000 when they started their run, still the best player in the league. And then Kobe kind of took that over. But, like you could tell he started gaining weight, and then the Lakers traded him, and he was still good, but progressed pretty quickly, fell off, And so Jokic, I don't want that to happen to him. I think that he has the best footwork I've ever seen, ever in the NBA's history. And he can shoot threes, which is insane. And so, I hope he takes it seriously, but I don't think he loves basketball enough to take it that seriously. And that's okay. And that's okay. Like he does it because he's good at it and he likes to win, but he doesn't take. It's not like to like the extent of like LeBron does it. And I think that he could walk away in 3 years and retire on his own terms, and he'd be okay with that. I think that could be a thing for Jokic, to be honest. Like he just doesn't care as much.
And you're still taking the Knicks, right? Knicks beat the Pacers. I'm still there.
Yeah, I'm taking them. I'm still taking them to beat the Celtics. I'm sticking with it. I know it's bold, and people laugh at me. I know people will be like, "Biggsy, you're nuts," but you watch Jason Tatum get locked up by that team, by that defense. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
I love it. All right. NFL released their schedule, Biggsy. Pull it up. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Let's get it going.
Let's do it.
NFL.
So I'm going off Monday night games. First off,
by the way, we are doing the dynasty soon. Me and Biggsy are getting that going. Like I said, I have not even been home this week. So if you listen to this, we are getting it going.
Yeah, y'all hold your horses, y'all. It's okay.
Hold your horses.
We got it. It's not even. It's May 16th, but we got it. We're coming at you. I think the NFL is genius here. Okay.
Yeah.
So this first game.
Come on.
So not only last year, the first Monday night game was, of course, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, and he got hurt, right? He ruptured his Achilles. So not only do they put him back this year on the first Monday night game of the year, but guess who's now on the 49ers?
The guy who hurt him. I heard about this.
Leonard Floyd, the guy who sacked him. And now he is on the 49ers. And someone who's making the schedule did this on purpose. There's no way that they did not know that.
Oh, 100%.
I think this is hilarious. I think the Niners, well, actually, Aaron Rodgers shreds the Niners in the regular season. He's 0-4 against them in the playoffs. But I just think the Niners are just overall a way better roster than the Jets. I think it's going to be a blowout, but I just think it's hilarious that like it's like the same circumstance for the most part, except now the Jets are on the road. But it's going to be a good game. It's definitely a good primetime game to put on Monday Night Football.
This to me shows me how overrated Aaron Rodgers is still, that this would be your leadoff. The Niners are going to shred the Jets. It's not going to be close. Just like the Falcons and the Eagles. Look, I like Kirk Cousins. I have no beef with him. I'm not excited. I'm not really all that excited for that game. When I look at this Monday night list, I mean, it's slightly disappointing. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, it's slightly disappointing. Like, when I think Monday night, I want to see some key mark matchups. And like Seattle Seahawks versus Lions, are both those teams going to be good? Sure. But the Lions are going to win, especially in Detroit.
Right.
Like, I don't want to see that.
Saints at Chiefs. Like
at that point, that's what week is that? Saints and Chiefs, what week is that?
That's 5.
Week 5. I mean, there's a chance that Derek Carr, the chance for what's his name? Riddler? What's his name? Oh God. The backup quarterback went to South Carolina.
Rattler.
There's a chance that the chance of Rattler are going to be starting. Bills, Jets, again, I think the Jets are they're just being overrated. Chargers, Cardinals, who's in charge of the schedule?
Well, here we go. Week 10. Oh, here, this is a good one right here. So week 10 through 12. These are some good games.
Those are great
games. Dolphins at Rams. Like, that's firepower offense. Texans at Cowboys. Like, that's, Houston versus Dallas. Yep. Little in-state rivalry here. Boom. Stroud versus Dak. Then you got Harbaugh brothers versus each other. Ravens at Chargers. I think that's great. Like, there we go. Like, now we're starting. Oh, and then we go to Browns at Dolphins.
They're Browns at Broncos. There's at least a storyline there. And I think the best game will probably be the Dolphins at the Rams.
Yeah.
I think the Texans take out the Cowboys, and I think the Ravens take out the Chargers. But, I mean, slightly disappointing,
Yeah. And then Lions at Niners last week 17. I mean,
that'll be good.
That could be like a number 1 seed potential. Like,
that's what they're hoping.
Someone wins. Yeah.
That's what they're hoping.
Okay, let's go with the weakest portion. So we all know, like, Thursday night, like, always the first one's always good, and then the rest of the Thursday night matchups are always really crappy, right?
So let's see
every single year. So let's see what Amazon Prime paid for.
Ooh, Bills Miami, I like it.
Well, that's always the first game. It's not always on it, So
okay.
Week 1, of course, is Ravens at Chiefs. That's a Thursday night game. Okay. That's on NBC. Okay, Patriots at Jets, trash. Cowboys at Giants, trash. Buccaneers at Falcons. I mean,
it's divisional, so
it's divisional. Okay, I'll get it. Niners at Seahawks. That's a good rivalry. That's fun. Broncos at Saints. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Vikings at Rams. Okay, but
give me the Rams. Give me my Rams.
Well, yeah, but JJ McCarthy's gonna be struggling by then. Texans at Jets. Not terrible. Bengals at Ravens.
That's a good one. There we go.
Commanders at Eagles.
I'll say this. I think Washington has a chance to be better than a lot of people are thinking. Like, the way that they planned.
Well, Washington always gives the Eagles trouble, even with whoever it is at quarterback, Sam Howell. And now we got Jaden Daniels, our number 1 overall pick, Jaden Daniels.
Well, Jaden Daniels, plus, even if he does go down, I thought that move to get Sam Howell, like, I have a lot of respect for what Washington's doing right now. I'm not going to lie to you.
Sam Hartman, yeah.
Yeah, Sam Hartman. I keep saying Howell. Gosh dang it, Sam Hartman.
Sam Howell was their old quarterback. But yeah.
That's right.
And you got Steelers at Browns. Mitchie has that one highlighted. That's a good rivalry game. That's always a good one.
Mitchie has that one highlighted because he wants Defensive Player of the Year to, like, show up.
But it's a good game. It's a good rivalry game. Like, there's a lot of heat and tension there. That's a NFC or AFC North rivalry. Raiders Chiefs. I mean,
I'd be a lot more interested in the Raiders Chiefs if the Raiders were actually able to get Penix, but they didn't.
They didn't. Yeah. Well, they couldn't because the Falcons took them. So
exactly.
Yeah. Green Bay at Lions. I like that. That's good. Rams at Niners. I love that.
Oh, at Niners, of course.
Oops. Browns at Bengals. And then the last one of the year, Seahawks at Bears. Ugh. Goodness gracious.
I love that the Bears are still going to hover around 500.
Yeah, they will.
And like everybody's saying like they're not, but they're not going to. Okay, Sunday Night Football. Here it is.
So these are
Landing
the
our
best ones
plane.
here.
These
All
have to
right.
be the best ones.
So, well, Ravens Chiefs, that's the first Thursday night football game.
Fuego.
Rams at Lions.
Fuego.
Awesome.
Fire.
Bears at Texans.
Fire.
Chiefs at Falcons.
Less
Shootout
fire.
because it's
Shootout.
in Atlanta.
And also, like, that's the moment. That's the moment where you get to find out. Like, if you're a Falcons fan, you're going to find out exactly what you got in Kirk Cousins
Right.
playing the Chiefs at home. Like, the Falcons need to find a way. They need to circle this matchup. The Falcons need to find a way to win that game. Hands down, period.
And that's like the point in the season for the Chiefs where they're just still learning things. Because remember last year,
right?
The Chiefs didn't really figure out until like week 18 or something.
If you're gonna beat the Chiefs, beat them early. Like the Falcons need to find a way to win that game.
Exactly. Then we're going to Bills at Ravens, rematch of the playoffs. That's awesome. Cowboys at Steelers. I think that's two big fan bases. That's a good one.
Justin Fields is quarterbacking the Steelers at week 5.
We'll see. Yeah, I hope so. Bengals at Giants. That's gonna be sad.
I think when they made that, I mean, I know the schedule just came out. I think when they thought that, I think they were hoping the Giants were going to get a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Week 7, they want the world to see Aaron Rodgers get a win.
Jets at Steelers. Yeah.
So there it is.
Wow, that's 2 out of 3 weeks of Steelers on Sunday night. Wow, love. Cowboys at Niners. I feel like the Cowboys always play at the Niners on a Sunday night game every year. They just have to put it in. And the Niners always roll over them. So awesome. Nice, easy win for us.
Ooh, shots fired.
Jaguars at Eagles. I mean, potentially a decent game. I don't know, but maybe.
Week 10, that's good. Lions Houston, that's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Colts at Jets, that could be a really bad one. Especially if Aaron Rodgers is hurt. That could be a really bad one.
6-9.
Yeah. Eagles at Rams, I love that.
Give me the Rams. At Rams house, baby.
Oh, yeah. Dolphins at Packers, I like that.
That'll be a good one.
That's that's Thanksgiving night.
Ooh.
So that's good.
There we go.
49ers at Bills.
Ooh, that's good. That's spicy.
That's going to be tough for the Niners.
That's spicy.
That's
snow.
Tough.
December.
Yeah.
You're in the snow.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
I'm still taking Brock.
Chargers at Chiefs. Poor Chargers.
Well, hey. Jim Harbaugh. Don't forget. Jim Harbaugh. We love him.
I love him, but the Chargers did not have nearly good enough draft for me to feel any sort of confidence.
We'll see
what they're doing.
See. Packers, Seahawks. Okay. All
Texans, Chiefs. I love that.
That's when we'll find out what CJ Stroud is made of. It'll be cold at that point. Buccaneers at Cowboys. Maybe playoff implications there.
I was going to say, I think both teams there's a chance here with the lack of movement the Cowboys have had.
Yeah.
That they'll be fighting for a playoff spot because I feel that outside of the Giants, you're looking at an Eagles team that got significantly better. You're looking at a Commanders team that's gotten significantly better. So the Cowboys could be fighting for their playoff lives right there.
Right. And the Bucks.
Yeah. 100%.
And the Bucks. And then Dolphins, Browns at Browns. Week 17.
Yeah.
Not bad, depending on how the Browns, I mean, I guess both teams are doing. Out of the 3, I think the Sunday night slate is the best.
Out of the 3, definitely Sunday night.
Overall.
Sunday mornings is for Red Zone. Everybody knows that. Sunday mornings.
We know Sunday mornings, Saturday afternoons are just, there's going to be great games there, but like these are like the prime time.
Prime time, baby.
Prime time. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I love it because like that's how crazy the NFL is. Like they take over everything. It's literally May 15th yesterday and they released the schedule and it was bigger news than both playoffs in both sports that were going on.
And here we are talking about it. So mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished, NFL. You got us again, but we love it.
You did it.
We're enticed. We love you guys.
You did it.
You did it again, man. Love
You know what else we did?
We did it again.
Finish another podcast.
We
Talk to me, Big Z. I had a good time. Say bye to the people.
Tonight, I want to share a story first.
Here we go.
Sorry, people.
Let's go.
Dodgers Reds right tonight, and Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night. And so apparently, like LA traffic, and everyone's trying to go to the game. Largest crowd at Dodger Stadium since 2019. Anyways, that's beside the point. As adults, I feel like, a lot of times we're just like, we kind of lose our love for sports in a way. Sometimes we're like, it's a business, blah, 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 but we love it. But also, like, but as a kid, like you love it, right? Like you idolize these athletes, whether that's good or bad, whatever it is. So tonight, the Dodgers brought in this kid who's been through it. Like he's sick, I don't know what it was, but he's just been through it, a hard life. And he's at the podium. They're interviewing him, and then and he has a baseball, like I think it was signed by Shohei. And then they surprise him, and Shohei comes up, and like you could just like see like the face that the kid made. It's just his jaw drops,
Wow.
speechless, and Shohei's talking to him, and he's not saying a word. He's just like, just flabbergasted. Like this is my dream. This is his dream
Right. What
that
do
is
I do?
being like, what am I gonna do? And Shohei's like hugging him, and he's just kind of like going through the motions. The kid is, because he's like, yeah, I'll hug him back. But this is so great. And Shohei's like, man, like you're so awesome. Like, so proud of you, what you're doing. Like you're going through it, but you have a smile on your face. And then he's like, hey, I signed him a jersey. And then he's like, you're throwing out the first pitch tonight. Just letting you know. And the kid was like, what? Like, and then he's like, no way. And then the dude throws a strike. And it was so cool. And I'm like, this is why sports are awesome, and I forget, like, yes, there's always that business side of it, but this is why people try to use sports as an escape in their daily life. And that's like the power of sports. And so like, it was just like, it kind of reminded me, because sometimes like I'm down on like, oh my, whatever, whatever comes into play, real life stuff kind of, ruins it, the potential to ruin stuff. But
Yeah.
that was cool, man. I just saw that and I was like, yeah, I'll share it with the people. It was a moment. And I was like, man, that's so cool for a kid. His name was Albert. And it was cool for the Dodgers and Shohei to do that. But, sports is great. That's why we do this. We talk to you guys and we hang out and we talk about sports. So hope you guys have a great night, great week, and be safe. Have a great weekend.
Right. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us. Big Z, great story. That's why we love sports and we love being with you. So keep checking us out. Keep telling your friends. Brevity Sports. Follow us on all major social